Good morning. I'm Jeff Yost, and I'm the director of the Charles Babbage Institute for Computing, Information, and Culture, and a research professor in the history of science and technology at the University of Minnesota. It has been a great pleasure to work with the NAE and a distinguished committee of colleagues on this event, and we have a tremendous session to start. About a half decade ago, I co-authored a book on the technical, social, and organizational history of NSF and its internal and external IT platform infrastructure, Fastlane, and the impact of this on its primary users, the scientific and engineering research community. As part of this, I conducted over 275 interviews with program officers, leaders, and designers at NSF and principal investigators at about 20 universities, including 4 historically Black colleges and universities. With this research, I was so impressed with NSF, its dedicated people, and the vital work they do for the nation. The title of this session is NSF and its role in fostering extraordinary impacts on society. Over its 72-year history, NSF's impacts have been profound, from barcodes, Doppler radar, and CAD/CAM, to MEMS, web browsers, and Gemini telescopes. Many of the most impressive advances have come out of the engineering directorate. Further, some important later-to-be NSF-wide initiatives originated in this directorate. Basic science and engineering are major drivers of economic growth, and NSF's role is even more important now and in recent decades, as once major industrial labs like GE, Bell Labs, and IBM do far less basic research than prior, and newer tech giants like Apple, Google, and Microsoft. From the start, they've been more applied in orientation. Yet basic research is what tends to drive path-breaking longer-term change. You will hear more of this and NSF's key importance to it in our first talk by the distinguished leader, William Van Villian. In this session, we will also have panelist Kurt Carlson, who leads the organization Practice of Innovation, and prior was the long-term president and CEO of the famed nonprofit research corporation, SRI. To truly reach potential in science and technology requires diversity and inclusion. As historian of science Evelyn Fox Keller elegantly communicated in her wonderful biographical book on Nobel laureate scientist Barbara McClintock, diversity promotes richer perspectives and better science. Further, participation in science and technology's production and rewards is an ethical issue. As the stellar scholarship of sociologist Rua Benjamin articulates, technology can amplify societal biases. Innovation is a deservedly celebrated ideal. At the same time, for many sociologists and social historians, it also raises critical questions of innovation by whom, for whom, through what means, and to what effect. There have been incredible achievements by BIPOC scientists and engineers, many funded by NSF. There's been important service by BIPOC scientists and engineers as NSF program officers and in top leadership roles, including our panelist, Cora Merritt, past NSF deputy director and acting director. At the same time, we need critical inquiry for better understanding, better policy, and better tools. NSF's initiation of broader impacts as part of its funding selection criteria in 1997 is a part of this, as is its continual evaluation to make it even better. That is why I find our session's second speaker, Thomas Woodson's work and framing so incredibly important and exciting. We will have the 2 talks back to back, followed by panel discussion. I'll pose some questions. And the NAE's Dr. David Butler will select some questions to be read that he will read from the audience.